Ashura, the greatest tragedy of mankind. It is a story of the martyrdom of Imam Hussain ibn Ali alayhi salam, the grandson of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, at the hands of the Umayyad Khalif Yazid. The events leading up to the tragedy began when Yazid, a cruel and oppressive ruler, succeeded his father Muawiyah as Khalif.
The incident of Karbala shows us the clear difference between the right and the wrong. The great sacrifice of Imam Hussain alayhi salam stopped the religion that Yazid was spreading in the name of Islam and saved the true Islam that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam preached. When Yazid became the Khalifa, Walid ibn Uqba, governor of Medina, was ordered by Yazid that to either get the allegiance of Imam Hussain alayhi salam or kill him. On the evening of 27th Rajab, Walid ibn Uqba called Imam Hussain alayhi salam to his palace to convey the message of Yazid. But Imam refused. He said, "A person like me will never allege to a person like Yazid." On the dawn of 28th Rajab, Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his family with a few friends left Medina to Makkah. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam reached Makkah, he received thousands of letters from the people of Kufa offering him their allegiance. To take the honesty of these letters, Imam Hussain alayhi salam sent his cousin Muslim ibn Aqil to Kufa. At that point, Yazid appointed Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad the governor of Kufa. The people of Kufa betrayed Muslim ibn Aqil and was arrested by Ubaidullah and was martyred on 9 Zulhijjah.
Meanwhile, Imam Hussain alayhi salam changed his Hajj to Umrah and left Makkah for Kufa. Upon learning about Muslim ibn Aqil alayhi salam, Imam Hussain was heartbroken by the death of his cousin. But he knew that he had to continue on his journey to Karbala. His decision was a courageous one. He knew that he was facing death, but he was determined to stand up for what he believed in.
On the 8th Zulhijjah, the army of Hur ibn Riyahi stopped him at Zuhashim. Imam Hussain alayhi salam gave water to everyone in the army of Hur and led the Zuhr prayers. After the prayers, as Hur was commanded, he didn't allow Imam Hussain alayhi salam to go any further in Iraq. Both the caravans continued their journey away from Iraq. When they reached Nineveh, Hur received a letter from Ibn Ziyad stating not to allow Imam Hussain alayhi salam go any further. Upon learning that one of the names of the place is Karbala, Imam Hussain alayhi salam bought that land and ordered his caravan to settle there. This was on the 2nd Muharram. On 7th Muharram, after the further arrival of Yazid's army, Imam Hussain alayhi salam's tents were removed from Furat and were denied access to water.
Hazrat Hur was aware of the prestige of Imam Hussain, hence he was not fully committed to stopping Imam Hussain. At the dawn of Ashura, Hazrat Hur decided to leave the path of damnation and join the path of redemption. He and his son and his slave decided to join Imam Hussein's army and sacrifice themselves in the name of Imam Hussain.
The companions of Imam Hussain were a group of brave and selfless men who were willing to sacrifice their lives for their faith. They are an inspiration to us all, and their story is a reminder that we should never give up on our beliefs, no matter how difficult the circumstances are.
शबीर की टूटी कमर शबीर की टूटी ये ज़ैनबों के चिल्लाए
Imam Hussain Islam said, like the companions of God, neither my father nor my brother got them. Imam Hussein's companions, without hesitation, sacrificed themselves on the name of Imam Hussain and got eternal redemption. Some of the names of the companions of Imam Hussain were Hazrat Wahab, Hazrat John, Hazrat Zuhair.
हो सानिए हैदर कहाँ हो सानिए हैदर कहाँ हो सानिए हैदर
Hazrat Habib was a childhood friend of Imam Hussain. He was very dear to Prophet Muhammad and Imam Ali. When Imam Hussain wrote a letter to Hazrat Habib, he immediately left for Karbala and died on the day of Ashura on the path of Imam Hussain.
The Imam's companions fought bravely but were outnumbered. They were killed one by one, and the battle progressed to include the Imam's family members. Hazrat Aun alayhi salam and Hazrat Muhammad alayhi salam were his nephews.
दश्त में सरवर मिटा दो मेरी तन्हाई
Both were the children of Bibi Zainab Salamullah Alaiha and Janab Abdullah ibn Jafar Tayyar. They were very young at the time of Karbala. They were trained by Hazrat Abbas. They fought very well and they made their mother proud. Eventually, they got surrounded by all the enemies and they were martyred.
मेरे चारों तरफ भैया मेरे
Nabi Qasim was only 13 years old at the time of Karbala. On the day of Ashura, Imam Hussain alayhi salam denied Hazrat Qasim to go to the battlefield. But when Hazrat Qasim showed the letter of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Imam Hussain permitted Hazrat Qasim to go to the battlefield. Hazrat Qasim fought really bravely during the battle, but eventually someone struck him on the head. He fell down. He called Imam Hussain alayhi salam and Hazrat Abbas for help. When the enemies saw them coming, there was chaos. During the chaos, Janab Qasim was crushed by the horses. Eventually, Imam Hussain alayhi salam came with a piece of cloth and collected his body.
रसन अज़लान ज़ैनब को लाइनों ने है पहनाई
Hazrat Abbas was only permitted to get the water for the caravan of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He reached Furat with ease. When he reached Furat, he filled the mushk with water and started to ride back to the tent of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. While he was going, he lost both of his arms and he held the mushk with his teeth. Hurmala shot an arrow towards the mushk fell down. Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam's hopes poured away. Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam never returned to the tents as he wasn't able to fulfill his promise. Hazrat Ali Akbar resembled Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imam Hussain alayhi salam didn't hesitate to send Hazrat Ali Akbar alayhi salam to the battlefield. Hazrat Ali Akbar alayhi salam was attacked by a spear by Ibn Numair. Hazrat Ali Akbar fell down and called Imam Hussain alayhi salam for help. Imam couldn't reach there, it was really hard for him. But eventually when he reached, he found a broken spear in the chest of Hazrat Ali Akbar alayhi salam. When he tried to remove the spear from his chest, Hazrat Ali Akbar alayhi salam's heart also came out with it.
पुकारे दश्त में सरवर पुकारे दश्त में सरवर
Hazrat Ali Asghar was the youngest martyr of Karbala, being just 6 months old. He was very thirsty, so Imam Hussain decided to take him to Yazid's army to ask for water. When Yazid's army saw a baby of 6 months old rub his tongue on his dry lips, even they started crying. Umar ibn Sa'd ordered Hurmala to silence Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Hurmala shot a three-headed arrow, an arrow that was used to kill big animals. The arrow pierced Hazrat Ali Asghar, killing him in his father's arms.
मेरे चारों तरफ भैया मेरे चारों तरफ भैया मेरे चारों तरफ भैया.
When Imam Hussain alayhi salam was left alone, it was his turn to sacrifice himself in the way of Allah. He fought very bravely, killing several hundreds of the enemy. But finally Jibril came and said, "O Hussein, Allah is satisfied with you." It was time of Asr and Imam Hussein kept his sword and started praying. When he was in sajda, Shimr came with his dagger and the earth started trembling and the sun went in eclipse and Jibril cried out loud, "O Hussein alayhi salam has been killed."
रसन अज़लान ज़ैनब को रसन अज़लान ज़ैनब को लाइनों ने है पहनाई.
As the sun was setting horizon, the soldiers rushed towards Imam Hussein's camp in search of war remains. They looted every tent, stripped every lady and girl of her veil. Fatima's daughters were left bareheaded. Bibi Sakina's earrings were stripped off her ears, splitting her earlobes. When the little girl asked for her veil to be untouched, she was slapped. They set all tents on fire. Ashura was over, but Karbala had just started with Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam and Bibi Zainab salamullah alayha.
साकाई शबीर की टूटी कमर शबीर की टूटी कमर शबीर की टूटी कमर शबीर की टूटी ये ज़ैनब के चिल्लाए.
The women and children of Imam Hussein's family were taken to Kufa and then to Damascus, where they were imprisoned by Yazid. Yazid wanted to humiliate and break them, but they refused to give in. Bibi Sakina, the 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussain, was subjected to cruelty and deprivation in the dungeon. She eventually died of her illness. The people of Damascus were horrified by Bibi Sakina's death. They were outraged by the cruelty that she had been subjected to, and then began to speak out against Yazid. Yazid, fearing the people would rise up against him, was forced to release the prisoners. Hussein's martyrdom is remembered as a symbol of the struggle against tyranny and injustice. His sacrifice is an inspiration to those who uphold the values of Islam. We must always stand up for what we believe in. Even if it means sacrificing our own lives, we must never give in to tyranny or injustice.
मिटा दो